You may have heard the story of Amelia Earhart, the legendary aviator who braved the skies and disappeared over the Pacific in 1937. Her name conjures up images of daring, mystery, and courage, but her story is much more than just an enigma. Amelia not only broke barriers in aviation, she inspired generations by proving that dreams can fly as high as the courage to pursue them. What led her to risk it all on her final flight? And what really happened on that fateful day? This is the story of a woman who became a myth and of a mystery that continues to intrigue the world. You may have heard of Amelia Earhart, but before she was the woman who braved the skies, she was a curious and fearless girl born on July 24, 1897, in Atchison, Kansas. From a young age, Amelia showed an independent spirit and a fascination with unusual achievements. While other girls played with dolls, Amelia built makeshift ramps for her wooden stroller, imitating the pilots she would one day see in the air. Her interest in aviation began unexpectedly in 1920, when she attended an air show. There, a pilot offered rides in his plane, and although Amelia was nervous, she decided to go on board. That brief flight changed her life forever. As soon as we left the ground, I knew I had to fly, she would later recall. In a world where women faced barriers at every turn, Amelia decided to break them all and dedicate herself to aviation. Amelia Earhart didn't just dream of flying, she made it a reality despite the obstacles. In 1921, she began taking flying lessons with Netta Snook, one of the few female aviation instructors of the time. Amelia worked tirelessly as an assistant in a doctor's office to save enough money to buy her first airplane, a yellow Kinner Airster she called the Canary. In 1928, her big break came when she was invited to participate in a transatlantic flight as a passenger. Although she didn't pilot the plane, she became the first woman to cross the Atlantic and gained international fame. However, she wasn't satisfied. She wanted to do it alone. In 1932, she did it. She piloted a Lockheed Vega airplane from Newfoundland to Ireland, braving storms, ice, and mechanical failures. Her feat made her a world heroine, and her message was clear: women could achieve anything. For Amelia, flying was not just a personal achievement, but a platform to inspire other women. From her early days in aviation, she dedicated her life to fighting for gender equality. In lectures and interviews, she urged women to pursue their dreams, whether in the skies, science, or any male-dominated field. She joined the 99s organization, a group of female aviators who promoted access to aviation. She also collaborated with universities and wrote articles for magazines where she shared her experiences and encouraged others to break social barriers. Amelia did not just want to be remembered as a pilot, but as a symbol of change. In 1937, Amelia Earhart announced her most ambitious plan: to become the first person to fly around the world following the equator. Her plane, a modified Lockheed Electra, was known as the Flying Laboratory and represented the cutting-edge technology of the time. Amelia would not be alone. She would be accompanied by Fred Noonan, an experienced navigator. Although their professional relationship had ups and downs due to differences in character, they shared the same determination. Throughout the trip, they faced storms, mechanical problems, and long hours in the air. The world followed closely, eager to see if they could accomplish the greatest feat of their time. On July 2, 1937, Amelia and Fred Noonan took off from Lae, New Guinea, bound for Howland Island, a small strip of land in the Pacific that would be their next stop. That leg, more than 2,500 miles, was one of the most difficult. Communication with their ground crew was complicated by radio problems and adverse weather conditions. Amelia's last known transmission was, "We are on line 157,337, repeating, we are flying north and south." Then, silence. Neither she nor Noonan ever reached Howland. What happened next would become one of the greatest mysteries of the 20th century. After the disappearance, the US government launched one of the largest searches ever undertaken. Planes and ships scoured the Pacific for weeks, but found no trace of the plane. The official theory is that they ran out of fuel and crashed into the ocean. But not everyone is convinced. Some believe they were captured by the Japanese, who accused them of being spies. Others suggest they managed to land on a desert island, where they died waiting for rescue. There are even those who claim that Amelia secretly returned to the United States under another identity. Following Amelia's disappearance, radio transmissions purportedly coming from her plane were recorded. People around the world reported hearing desperate messages. One teenager in Florida said she picked up, "We're here on a small island, trapped, we need help." Although many dismissed these signals as false, the possibility that Amelia and Fred survived for days or weeks after the crash keeps hope alive that their fate was not as immediate as once thought. In 1940, a group of explorers found skeletal remains on Nikumaroro Island, along with makeshift tools, a woman's shoe, and fragments of an airplane. Although initial analysis ruled out the bones as belonging to Amelia, modern research suggests otherwise. The skeleton's measurements match those of Earhart. If Amelia really died on Nikumaroro, how did she get there? Did she manage to land her plane? These questions have renewed theories about her fate, but many questions remain. Since 1937, numerous expeditions have attempted to find Amelia Earhart's plane on the ocean floor. As technology has advanced, sonar, underwater drones and simulations have been used to track possible locations. Although aircraft wreckage has been found, none has been confirmed to be the Lockheed Electra. Each new expedition keeps hope alive of solving the mystery. Is the plane buried beneath the sands of Nikumaroro or somewhere deep in the Pacific Ocean? The search continues. Beyond her disappearance, Amelia Earhart left a legacy of courage and determination. She inspired women and men to pursue their dreams, no matter the obstacles. Her story is a reminder of the risks involved in exploring the unknown and the importance of breaking barriers. Although her fate remains a mystery, Amelia lives in the collective memory as an icon of audacity, a pioneer who dared to fly higher than the expectations of her time. Her name not only symbolizes aviation, but the tireless pursuit of the impossible.